Hello friends, welcome to Susan and John MathTube. So we go for the last video on gradient, divergence and curl. So we will be mainly focusing on the questions which are based on properties of del etc, kind of like theory like questions. Okay, so the first question goes like this. I saw this in many question papers. So let A be a constant vector. You can note down the question. A be a constant vector and R be the position vector of a random point in 3 dimension. Then they are asking to prove that the first part, A cross del cross R is equal to minus 2A. And the second question that I saw in some other question papers were del cross del or nabla or atlet, you can read whatever you like, del cross A cross R is equal to 2A. So this is the first question that we are trying to prove. Okay, I will strongly suggest the sigma method. In the beginning, you might feel that sigma method is very difficult, but trust me, sigma method is the easiest method to do all these problems. And second thing, being engineering students, you have to learn more methods like this than the classic long method. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand is the cyclic chain. So if I use A1, A2, A3 in a vector, then you should understand A1 and I go together, A2 and J go together, A3 and K go together. Similarly, for R, I am going to use X, Y, Z. So, look at this. This is how we start. Let A be the vector A1I plus A2J plus A3 times K. Instead of this, it will be very easy if you learn to use sigma A1I. And remember, this sigma means this is not the one which you use in statistics, but this is called symmetric summation. Since the expressions are symmetric, we understand that in this context, A1 will become A2 and A2 will become A3. I will become J, J will become K. And the vector R is Xi plus Yj plus Zk. So in sigma notation, this becomes sigma Xi. Now I wanted to show one more thing. Okay, we will learn the remaining part of sigma when we do problems. Let's start with the first part. Look at the first part. We have to prove that A cross del. Do you still remember the definition of del? Okay, so I'm going to start with A cross del. So how do you find the cross product? Okay, determinant. First row will be ijk. Second row, the coefficients of A. What are the coefficients of A? A1, A2, A3. And the third row will be coefficients of del. That will be the partial derivative operators. If you don't remember what is del, please watch the last two videos. I have explained what is this del or nabla or atlet. Okay, now you might be wondering, I asked you to follow sigma notation and I am not using the sigma notation here. Wait a minute. Look at this. How do you expand the determinant? You will be using like plus I into, you will multiply these two. And remember, this is a constant, so don't operate it. You just keep it like, I'll show you. A2 dou by dou Z, because we are creating the operator A cross del, minus A3 dou by dou Y. Now look at this. I don't want you to write a very long expression. I'm going to put sigma. Trust me, it will work. It is already exam time, so you don't have much time to experiment with it. But if you have time, you expand it and check whether this logic is correct or not. So this is our A cross del. So look at this. Instead of writing I times minus j plus k everything, I have written it in sigma. So this is one of the most easiest method. Okay, now look at the question. What are we trying to find? A cross del cross R. A cross del, we already have that vector, cross R vector. Now once more, I'll show you by writing the determinant. So when you find the cross product, I, J, K. Now I want you to write A cross del. A cross del is here, but it is in sigma version. So what is the coefficient of I? It is A2 partial derivative with respect to Z operator minus A3 partial derivative with respect to Y. Now if you want the next member, it is very easy. Do you remember the cycle that I told you? A2 will become A3, A3 will become A1, A1 will become A3, like A2 will become A3, A3 will become A1, A1 will become A2. It goes in a cycle. So change A2 into and Z into X. Because X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, it goes like that. And now A3 will become A1. Okay, so you can confirm it. A2 became A3, A3 became A1. Z became X, became Y. A3 became A1, became A2. Y, Z, X. Yeah. Now, what are the members of R? X, Y, Z. Because R is the vector Xi plus Yj plus Zk. Now, you will see the real advantage of this sigma method. So, how do you expand a determinant? Put sigma, write the first member, and then in bracket. So, look at this. Now, we are going to do the operation. Okay, I'll show that here. A3 dou by dou X minus A1 dou by dou Z of Z minus A1 dou by dou Y minus A2 dou by dou X of Y. Now you can take it inside and start the operation. See, determinant expansion is so easy. Okay, tell me, what is the partial derivative of Z with respect to X? Of course, 0. Now, Y with respect to Y will be 1. So, we get A1 into 1. Sigma I minus A1 is minus 2A1. Okay, now we can take this minus 2 outside the summation. And you will be left with sigma I A1. If you can recognize this, you have the answer already. But if you want, I'll write one more step. What is sigma I A1? It is A1 into I. A1 will become I will become J, A3 into K. That is minus 2A. So that is the advantage of the sigma method. Now let's go for the next problem. The next problem is something very similar. They are asking to find del cross A cross R. So basically they want you to find curl. Do you remember? Curl A cross R. So the same problem can be asked in the format curl A cross R. So let's find A cross R. So you have to define, in the examination you have to define, let A be A1i plus A2j plus A3k, that is equal to sigma A1i. And let R be xi plus yj plus zk, that is equal to sigma xi. So A cross R will be I, j, k. What are the coefficients of A? A1, A2, A3. What are the coefficients of R? X, y, z. Come on, let's go for the summation method. Let's put a big summation over here. And I, okay, come on, expand. A2z minus A3y. Finished. Now let's go for the main part. We need to find del cross A cross R. So we know A cross R, it's right over here. We know who is del. So we go for the determinant I, j, k. What is the coefficient of del? The partial order derivatives. Now tell me the coefficients of A cross R. It's so easy. Tell me the first one. First one means you can just copy this. A2z minus a3y. Now what should I do with a2? a2 becomes a3, z becomes x, a3 becomes a1, y becomes z, and a3 will be a1, x will be y, minus a2, z will become x. That's it. We are almost near the end. Now we apply our power of summation. That is like, just imagine if you are going to expand the determinant, you are going to make a big mess. Okay, so sigma I into, come on, if you want you can operate directly. No, I'll show it. Dou by dou y of a1 minus a2x. And remember, this summation method can be applied only if the expressions are symmetric. So don't use sigma method for asymmetric expressions. So use this method if the things are symmetric. I have explained about symmetry in partial differentiation. You can check it. Yeah. So tell me, what's the derivative? a1 minus 0 minus 0 minus a1. So that will be sigma I and 2a1. I think you can already recognize this. This 2 will go outside. Come on, what is sigma a1i? Isn't it a1i plus a2j plus a3k? So that will be 2 times a. Okay, we have a lot of problems to do. That's why I'm trying to hurry through the video. Okay, now the next question is from question paper. It's from 2073. Okay, so they are asking, let R be the position vector of a random point and A be a constant vector. Prove that del A dot R, the whole divided by R power n, is equal to A divided by R power n minus n divided by R power n plus 2 A dot R into vector R. It looks really scary, but it's so easy. Okay, so shall we go for the summation method? Yeah. So what is R? Xi plus yj plus zk. Wait. Why should I write it that long? In summation, it is sigma xi. What is A? a1i plus a2j plus a3k. No. A is sigma a1i. So what will be A dot R? If you are wondering why I am calculating A dot R, please look at the question. We want to find A dot R. What is A dot R? How do you take the dot product? You multiply the components, right? So it will be A1 into X plus A2 into Y. Oh, come on, that will be sigma X into A1. I hope you understood this. If you want, you can write A1 into X plus A2 into Y plus A3 into Z, or you can write summation. Okay, now we have to find A dot R by R power n. Look at this. The denominator is a scalar function. In yesterday's video, I told you the vector R is xi plus yj plus zk. And if you simply write R, it stands for the modulus. And the modulus is given by root under x square plus y square plus z square. So that R square equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Now, if you differentiate this partially with respect to x, you will get 2r, the partial derivative of x, is equal to 2x, which gives you dou r by dou x is equal to x by r. This is very important. And similarly, dou r by dou y will be y by r, dou r by dou z will be z by r. So look at this, I am going to color it in red. We will keep it here. Okay. Now, anyway, r power n means this whole stuff to the power n. Now look at this. I'll make you understand. We are dividing by a scalar function. Think about it. If you divide 3i plus 7j plus 5k by a number. I am talking about constant vectors and numbers. So what you do is you will divide separately, right? 3 by 7 into I, 7 by 7 into j, 5 by 7 into k. Similarly, you have to divide a dot r by r power n. But remember, the numerator is not a vector like this. The numerator is a number. I should not use the word number. It's a function, scalar function. So basically, this is a scalar function divided by another scalar function. We start with a dot r divided by r power n. And this will be, what is a dot r? a1x plus a2y plus a3z divided by r power n. So that will be, you can divide separately. Okay, now time to take del. Taking del means we are taking the gradient. Grad phi is also called as nabla phi or del phi, and it is given by I partial derivative of phi with respect to x plus j partial derivative of phi with respect to y plus k partial derivative of phi with respect to z, and that will be sigma I dou phi by dou x. So I am writing the whole stuff together. So this is the function. I am going to take del, and remember, taking del means you are finding the gradient, and that will be sigma. Okay. Now this looks really complicated. Once more I want to show you. Gradient is del phi. Del phi is sigma I dou by dou x of the given function. And here what is the given function? A dot r by r power n, which is equal to sigma this thing. Now what I am going to do is, for your convenience, I will write this function in expanded form. So what is this? a1x plus a2y plus a3z, the whole divided by r power n. Now what we are going to do is we are going to differentiate. We have to apply u by v rule. Remember, r means root under x square plus y square plus z square. So r depends on x, y, z. It's a dependent variable. Now can you apply u by v rule? Yeah. So denominator into, what's the partial derivative? a1 minus bracket numerator into derivative of denominator. Remember, whenever you differentiate dependent variable, don't forget this stuff. And the denominator will be squared. Now the good news, I told you in all problems related to r, we may need this character. So what is dou r by dou x? So this will change into minus, do you know what is this? This a1x plus a2y plus a3z. That is our a dot r. Look, a dot r is a1x plus a2y plus a, yeah. So I am going to convert that into a dot r n r power n minus 1, and what is this? It will be x by r, and I am going to divide this separately. I will write r to the power 2n here divided by r to the power 2n. So that will be sigma. Now I am going to distribute this I also. So these two will get cancelled. So we get I a1 by r power n. I hope you remember a power m by a power n is a power m minus n. Or it can be written as 1 by a power n minus m. If you want to keep it in the numerator, if you want to keep this in the denominator. Anyway, I want it in the denominator, so I did 2n minus n. Minus, I have to take this I here, and n is there. What will happen to this? This will become r power n minus 2. So can you see? R power n minus 1. This will be minus 1 divided by r power 2n. So the whole thing will be reduced to r power 2n minus n plus 2. And the remaining stuff is x. That's it. we are at the end. Come on, now I'm going to split this into two summations. Now if you take this r power n outside, then we will be left with, or imagine you expand this summation, what will you get? You will get a1i by r power n plus a2j by r power n plus a3k by r power n. Oh, that is vector a divided by r power n. Now here I am going to take, you can look at that, prove that part. You can take n outside, a dot r outside, r power n plus 2 outside, and think about the remaining part, sigma xi. That is xi plus yj plus zk. And that's it. This is what we had to prove. Okay, that is one very tough question. Please practice 2-3 times. Okay, now another question paper. Okay, same dialogue is given. If r is the position vector and if a is a constant vector, prove that del dot a cross r by r is equal to 0. So let's go for it. So we have to find this a cross r by r step first. So what is a cross r? First of all, you have to do I, j, k, a1, a2, a3. In examination, please explain everything. I am doing it in a continuous format. That's why I am not writing it again and again. And use the power of our summation notation. Now they are asking you to divide by the scalar value r. So we get a cross r by r. So basically the vector, each term of the vector will be divided by r. So we can take it inside the summation. a2z minus a3y divided by r. Now we have to do del dot. Before we do that, let me tell you something. Del dot, a vector function, is called the divergence. Yesterday also we discussed d for dot. And this is actually, suppose our vector is phi1i plus phi2j plus phi3k. Then the divergence is given by dou by, it's a scalar, there will be no ijk, dou by dou x of phi1 plus dou by dou y of phi2 plus dou by dou z of phi3. Or in sigma version, it will be dou by dou x of phi1. Okay, why I told you that is, are you able to see our vector function is I into this plus j into the next cyclic part plus k into the next cyclic part. If you read the question, you will understand that we have to find del dot. Del dot means divergence. So if you want to take the divergence or if you want to take del dot, all you have to do is you have to write sigma and then you write dou by dou x and just write the component of I. Don't forget the trick. You think about it 2 times and you will feel that it is correct. Things are in control. Apply u by v rule. Oh, no need to apply u by v rule because we are differentiating with respect to x and the numerator is a constant. Suppose you want to differentiate 5 by something. What you do is you keep that 5 and differentiate 1 by that part, right? Now, the derivative of 1 by r is minus 1 by r squared. Okay, combining everything. So, the numerator is a constant. So, we keep the constant as such, multiplied by minus 1 by r square into dou r by dou x. Why am I writing dou r by dou x? Because r is a dependent variable. In examination, if they ask the question, you have to first prove this. Can you see this red color stuff? Dou r by dou x is x by r. You have to prove it. Because in examination, there will be only one question. Yeah. So this will be sigma. Okay, minus goes outside. A2z minus A3y This will be x by r, so to multiply by x, and the denominator becomes r cube. So that's it, time to expand. So I'll keep that minus outside and 1 by r cube outside. So the first term is a2 into z into x minus a3 y into x plus, can you tell me the next term? a2 will become a3, z will become x, x will become y. a3 becomes a1, y becomes z, x becomes y. Can you tell me the next term? a3 becomes a1, x becomes y, y becomes z, a1 becomes a2, z becomes x, y becomes z. That's it. Now you can see that this and this gets cancelled. First and the last gets cancelled. These two get cancelled. So the answer is equal to 0. Now the next question. Okay, I saw this in a question paper. I don't remember the year. They have given a scalar valued function. They have given a scalar valued function log x square plus y square plus z square, and they are asking you to find divergence of grad phi, curl of grad phi. It's very easy. It is a problem which contains everything. So how do you find the gradient? Come on. We decided yesterday. Yeah, it's del phi. So that will be I, the partial derivative of this function with respect to x. That is 1 by x square plus y square plus z square times 2x. Plus, if you want, you can do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use summation notation because my expression is a symmetric expression. Symmetric means if you change x into y and y into z and z into x, there will be no change in the function. Now, just now I told you, if you want to find the divergence of a function, all you have to do is you have to put sigma and then you have to write partial derivative of x and then choose the I component of the function. That is 2x divided by x square plus y square plus z square. Sigma, what is the denominator? Denominator is actually r squared. Are you able to see that? If r is xi plus yj plus zk, the denominator is r squared, x square plus y square plus z square. So this 2 goes outside and we get x divided by r squared. So this will be 2 into sigma, apply u by v rule, denominator into 1 minus numerator into 2r dou r by dou x, the whole divided by r to the power 4. And that will be 2 times sigma. What is dou r by dou x? You have to prove it in exam, but now you can take it for granted. It is x by r. R gets cancelled. So we get r square minus 2x squared, the whole divided by r power 4. Now that will be 2 into, you can keep r power 4. So r square minus 2x square plus r square minus 2y square plus r square minus 2z square, the whole divided by, that's it. So you can simplify this. So this becomes 2 by r power 4. R square plus r square plus r square will be 3r square minus 2x square. So this 2 will come common, and can you see x square plus y square plus z square, that is another r square. So basically you end up with 2 into r squared by r power 4, that will be 2 by r square, and the answer is 2 by x square plus y square plus z square. Similarly, you can try to find curl grad phi. If you want, you can use summation notation. Even if you have problem with differentiation, you can do it directly. You just put sigma and you can use u by v rule, x square plus y square plus z square into derivative of numerator minus numerator into partial derivative of denominator divided by denominator square, and that will give you you can see 2x squared, so we get y squared, 2y square plus 2z square, and 2x square minus 4x square will be minus 2x square divided by x square plus y square plus z square the whole square. And then you can open the summation. It will be a long expression, but still you will get the same answer. Now 2 or 3 more important problems, and that's it. Okay, one of the most repeated questions. Find n in such a way that r power n times r is solenoidal. Solenoidal means divergence of that function will be 0. And irrotational means curl will be equal to 0. Anyway, since it is solenoidal, we know that divergence of r power n r equal to 0. Anyway, on one side of your copy, you have to do the drama. Let r equal to xi plus yj plus zk, r square equal to blah blah blah, and finally you will get dou r by dou x equal to x by r. In examination, you have to do it. What is r power n times r? So look at this, divergence of, this is xi plus yj plus zk. Once you take it inside, you can see that we get a symmetric expression. So immediately I am going to do sigma r power n xi. Now, what did I tell you? How do you take divergence? Divergence is very easy when you use sigma method. You take sigma, put dou by dou x, and take the I component. So that will be r power n into x is equal to 0. Now you have to differentiate using product rule. Remember, r is a dependent variable. So sigma, use product rule, first function into derivative of the second, plus second function derivative of first into dou r by dou x, which is x by r. I am skipping steps. So sigma r power n plus what will happen here? This will become n x squared r power n minus 2 is equal to 0. Now let's, if you want, you can continue with summation, but I feel this will be easy for you. N minus 2x squared plus what will be the next term? R power n plus n y square plus what will be the next term? R power n plus n z square. Okay, so there is 3 r power n plus what is common? N r power n minus 2 into x square plus y square plus z square. What is x square plus y square plus z square? The famous person. This will be r squared. So 3 r power n plus n into r power n minus 2 into r squared equal to 0. So we get 3 r power n plus n r power n equal to 0. Take common, r power n into 3 plus n equal to 0. So this goes, so n is equal to minus 3. Okay, so most of the questions that I saw is covered. If you want, you can try this question also. This is divergence of r hat, and you have to prove that it is equal to 2 by r. Or you can do it like del dot r hat is equal to 2 by r. Or this is the same question. You can del dot r by r is equal to 2 by r. I will give you the hint. Look at this. Del dot r by r means it is basically xi plus yj plus zk divided by r. So you have to do separate division. So you end up with del dot sigma x by r into I. And I told you, when you do del dot, that is divergence, things are so easy. Put a sigma, dou by dou x, select only the I component and continue, you will get the answer for sure. And that's it. Please work out a lot of questions in this format. These are very important and very repetitive questions. So I'll be back with more videos in spheres. So till then, my friends, bye.